All right, coaches, so if we're going to coach our players to run well and be successful running with the ball, we got to know exactly what we're looking for. So this is an in-depth video into kind of what we're looking for when we're coaching ball carriers. So similar to tackling, this follows a similar prescription where the first stage is footwork, and since we have a ball, how we hold the ball. So footwork and how we handle the ball. The second stage is the contact, which is all about body position, and then the third stage is the finish, which is about leg drive and ball placement. So for the first thing, what we want to see first is our players running with the ball in two hands. If they tuck the ball, then they are going to run. They're not going to pass, they're not going to kick, they're going to run, and they're probably going to run this way. All right, so we got to have them ball in two hands so that they can pass, they can kick, they can cut either way. It's a super critical point. All right, the next thing is footwork. We want to coach our players to step one way or the other when they're coming into contact. Even if they're a big prop, a little bit of a slight sidestep can be really helpful, especially our backs. We want to be able to step off the left or off the right. And the key thing there is not any kind of fancy, crazy, weird footwork, but just a step that drives us off our center line and shifts us to the side. Okay, so ball in two hands, and then footwork, coaching them to sidestep. The second thing we want to see is body position. And basically our body position is going to vary based on how open the space is or how close in we are in a contact situation. What I mean by that is if I've got the ball, I'm a back, I'm in a lot of space, maybe I'm running towards a hole, I want to be standing straight up so I can be at full speed as I'm flying into some kind of gap or I'm in the open. If, however, let's say I'm a king, I'm a pod, I'm a forward who's crashing, in this situation where I'm taking into contact, I want to lower my body position as I'm going in, and as I'm going in, I want to tuck the ball away from the guy I'm going towards. So if my tackler is here, I want to tuck away from him. If he's coming in this way, I want to tuck away from him. I want to lower my body position. And if we're, let's say, in a pick and go situation, we want to be even lower. So if I'm picking and going, I want to be super low, basically shoulders and hips in a line as I'm driving here. So in other words, the closer we are to contact, the lower the velocity of our run and the lower our body position. If we're out and open, we would be standing tall and running at full speed. Lastly, the contact. When we take it in, once we've taken it into contact, we've tucked it away, we've lowered our body position, we want to then focus on leg drive. A lot of players, as soon as they make contact, will just shut off their legs and drop straight to ground. We do not want that. As soon as our players get in contact, we want to coach them to pump their legs and drive and get extra meters. They can do that too much, they can stay up tall for too long and get stripped or held up. We don't want that, but we definitely want a strong initial leg drive with a low body position to get extra meters and fight through the tackle. Once we get tackled and we go to ground, ideally we're falling onto the ball forward. After that, we want our players to reach back and place long and narrow. All right? So long means way back to our side, and narrow means a small body position. So we want to avoid laziness where we're not placing long, and we want to avoid being super wide like this. Narrow and long. Okay, so that's our in-depth for the running. Footwork, holding the ball in two hands, cutting, tucking the ball away, carrying the contact low and strong, and then placing long and nice leg drive at the end.